All right, what's up, guys? Today we're going over Thursday, the 20th of February, price action, any trades I took, and yeah, let's get into it. Coming into the day, I believe I was bullish, I want to say, just because, wait, I don't even remember. This was yesterday, so I don't know. Okay, we had an SMT with London lows, so I was kind of thinking like we don't necessarily need to trade back down to the London lows, and I just kind of wanted to see us tap into like some kind of high time frame PD array and trade upwards. So we have this internal low here. If I remember correctly, coming into market open, we kind of just dumped right to that. Let me turn that off. Yeah, so we dumped right into that, and we had an SMT with it. So I was kind of just like looking to see if we could get a MAC long here. I'm just gonna check if we had news on this day. Okay, we didn't. So yeah, I could have taken this before, was it 10 a.m. if because there's no 10 a.m. news. But we kind of just like traded down. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Maybe it was too early in the market open for me to take this, but either way, I mean, yeah, look at that candle. I didn't take anything on Thursday, and yeah, we kind of just dumped all morning, tapping the daily for a high gap. I'm trying to remember why I did not take that. Like it literally just had to be because of the fact that it was so early in the market open. But yeah, maybe we had an S&P with A's or highs. I don't know. No. So yeah, I don't remember, but I didn't end up taking that, and we kind of just traded down. And here was 10 a.m. open. We opened low into a 4 hour fair value gap, got a reaction out of it, and we did end up creating an unfilled five, which, okay, yeah, we did end up creating an unfilled five, but we also had this that I wanted to see get closed above if I was going to trade it and take this mech, and we never ended up actually getting it. We just traded into the five before that could happen. I'm sure it was also a 15. Yes, this was also a 15 right when that five did close, I believe. So I like sometimes in my back testing, I would take this 1 minute because we traded into the five. So I mean, you know, it's like very case by case. But on this day, I didn't want to kind of like pre-fire it, just considering the dump we had. So I could have taken like this 1 minute inversion right here, right? Stops here. I don't know, targeted like a 1 to 2 or something like that. I don't know if it even got hit. Doesn't look like it. But yeah, like the 5 minute did not inverse before we hit those unfilled fair value ups. So I couldn't take this, and that was pretty much it for AM session. Like there wasn't anything else that was really worth taking. I think this 1 minute I did consider because we did have an SMT, but once the SMT was invalidated, I didn't want to take that. I would rather just seen that. And I kind of just sat out the rest of that, and that was AM. Going into PM, trying to think what happened. yeah, so we're just consolidating. So for PM, what I really wanted to see was us tap into either this unfilled 4 hour that we made. Maybe that was at 2 p.m. we made it. Yeah, it was. So we hadn't even made it yet. I believe there's a 1 hour. Yeah. So consider this 4 hour a 1 hour as well for now, since it's not 2 p.m. yet. I just wanted to see us take out some sort of external liquidity before I took anything, which did not end up happening. I believe I did forward test this trade right here because we had an SMT and yeah, a 4 minute fair value gap. So I did forward or paper trade this, whatever you want to say. Probably to the buy side. Can't remember. But yeah, like I wouldn't take this on an actual account just because of the fact that we have this LR below. Like it just doesn't seem like a smart trade to be taking. Oops. Yeah. Is that on right? Yeah. Yeah, like I mean we got like the 1 p.m. I guess you could say open low down here. And then we made an SMT with it. So like the targets are pretty obvious. You know, we have this unfilled 5 up here. Might have been a 15. Is that a 15? Yeah, so we even had a 15 as well. And yeah, like not taking that when we're not taking out external. This was kind of just like a trade where I want to see it hit the 4 hour or the hourly, whatever. So this trade should in theory then work to hit the 4 hour so I can get the actual like trade that I want to see that follows my rules. And if we look, sure enough, break even and straight to TP. So I mean, yeah, like I'm not taking this on an actual account, but it definitely was an obvious trade, I guess, for the context that we had. And yeah, then coming into this, it was we had 2 p.m. open all the way down here. We left a wick, and right here, tapping this 4 hour, we finally took out the external liquidity, and this was the trade I've been waiting for all day. You know, my bread and butter setup. And what happened was we created a 5 right here, and I believe, yeah, we also opened a 4, and before we could get the 4 minute inverse, we tapped the 5, so that was invalidated. And then if we look here, we're going to create a 15 as well. Let me just is that okay? Yeah, so we created a 15 as well, but we just traded into it like literally right after it was created. So this trade was sadly invalidated, which sucks, but it was a great trade if it was lined up with my rules, because I have to take the highest time frame inversion, right? Like originally I was looking at that 1 minute, but I noticed there was a 4 and I can't take that 4. But you know, external liquidity taken out, high time frame PD array unfilled, SMT inside a high time frame PD array, low resistance liquidity. It was super textbook. And yeah, then we just had this massive jump up, and I was like kind of looking to maybe get something, but I knew, you know, after getting like such a good setup just taken from me, like my emotions are definitely gonna be in play. So I do not want to like trade. I honestly don't want to trade after that. Like, you know, you're very prone to emotions, and I think it was a better idea because we really just ended up getting nothing. Like, this wasn't good. So that was Thursday. Yeah, I'll move on to, I'll just put both of these days in one. Move on to Friday, today. Okay. Coming in Friday, we had London Lows. I believe it was sponsored inside a 4 hour or a 1 hour. Yeah, inside a 4 hour. So I wasn't anticipating us to necessarily go out and take those. I kind of just wanted us to trade inside of this hourly that we had right here and then get along up to this, like, these previous day and maybe even like earlier on in this week, these highs we made. I just wanted to see a run on this liquidity. We did not end up getting that. We kind of just dumped all morning. It's very draining, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this week was pretty slow. I did end up, I believe, down on the week. It was, I think I'm around down 600 on the week, I want to say, over my 3 accounts. So not bad. But yeah, slow week and, kind of just one direction days a lot of the time. But yeah, for this, I made data lows at 10 a.m. open. I want to see a 10 a.m. open low into a high close. And kind of just chopped around. Here was where I was kind of looking to see if we could get something. We just kept on going down, and this is where I determined, okay, the SMT that we have with ES on this previous day low is not going to hold. I'd rather just see us take out previous day low and then get along the mech long. And that did end up happening. Unfilled, the 5's up here. Oops. 15 was right there. And we got a 2-minute inversion. So, I mean, this was a great trade all around. Thing is that we left equal lows and it was on the 5-minute open, kind of like that. And these kind of candles really sketch me out. Like, I don't like to see a body close like that into a previous day low. I don't know why. I think it's just like kind of like a human brain pattern recognition thing from back testing. And my brain just kind of tells me like this fucks you over more often than not. So I did not end up taking this. But I did forward test with like the position thingy, whatever you call this thing. I put my stop like around, I want to say like OTE or equilibrium of the wick. I'll put it at equilibrium. And yeah, targeting this, I usually let them go to like a 2RR. That's just how I trade. And yeah, so a lot of people got stopped out on the body, putting their stop on the body. I don't think that's a bad decision, but just like in the sort of context where you have this like this weird close and then with equal lows, like you want to be much more safe with your stop, especially having a massive wick like this, right? Like you can definitely retrace into that area. So you want to give price a good amount of room to work. And this would have gone break even, and then we would have gotten break even. And the rest of the day, there was no trades to take. But yeah, I did not take this trade just because, like I said, I didn't like the look of this whatsoever. And I knew that if I did take this and it was a loss, I would have been mad at myself. So I did not take it for that exact reason. But yeah, I mean, that's the last 2 days, no trades. So yeah, I don't know, break even, I guess you could say. But end of the week a little red. I think it's fine. I definitely want to say though that this week has definitely taken a toll on my brain and my emotions. I'm glad I didn't ruin my like accounts or anything, I'm glad I had the discipline to not do that. But it's definitely one of those weeks, and hopefully next week is better. Hopefully next week is, you know, green. I'm glad I minimized the losses, but yeah, that's gonna do it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next week. God bless.